not going to be like everyone's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. There are people that are going to have a handle on it, and they're to be making money next month. So if you have a broker that you can talk to that can help guide you, if you've been doing this solo flying by the seat of your pants because, things have been so good and you just got lucky, I suggest that you consult a broker, especially for next month. The market is going to snap back, but the swings will continue. But the correction, it's for people who are not that savvy, it's going to be scary. But for people who know what's going on, they're going to be making money and preparing. But ultimately, the stock market is going to do well. It's going to do well all year, but again, there are going to be swings, and next month is going to be the correction. And then in April, April is going to be a good month for it, and there's going to be a little bit more stability restored. But is it okay? Do you want to know more about you or more about the year?
Well, I want to know as much more about me as you can tell me, because then I'll know more about myself. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay. So, this month is there's a lot of work involved, and it can seem really exhausting. It can seem overwhelming, and I'm saying this for you and for everybody too. Because it's a blessing month, and it's so intense, you're not losing your mind, okay? You're not losing your mind. Your memory may be failing you more than usual, and it may be freaking you out.
Yeah, occasionally. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, occasionally.
Especially this month, you're like, what? And it's like, and like, you have time slips. That's the 11. That's the blessing month in the 11 year. Okay, 11 is such a powerful number. And a lot of dimensions are blending into this one. Okay, so literally, that's another reason to meditate. We are slipping in and out of different dimensions today. I mean, put your tinfoil hat on if you like, whatever. But that's why it's like your memory is like. It's getting a little wonky. Things will smooth out. It's like there's a little bit of a fog right now, but things will smooth out again in April, and
I hope so.
Right, and things will be easier. But this month, it's also a good month, even though there are like these dimensional conflicts. It is a great month for focusing when you really determine to do it, okay? Especially on the 9 days, and we've passed most of them, but there is another one coming up, and that is the 27th, okay? So everyone, get your calendars out, and if you're working on projects or whatever, you can plan for that day and really just commit to focusing. And if you focus on the 27th, I know there's going to be a lot of work involved, but when you get through it, I mean, you're going to feel like $1 million. Really, it's going to be fantastic. So so just stay on course. Keep on keeping on. This month, there's a lot of work involved. I would also say this month, if you're working on like a new addition to your house, like stack or whatever, just keep going. Just keep going and plan. Again, what you do in this month when you're working, plan also for the next month coming up, because the 11 is also, again, about creative vision. And so you want to stake your claim and plan so that you have your stake in the ground, you have a foundation, and then something to tether your dreams to, so they're not like floating somewhere. So you take that stake, and then you plan for the rest. Okay, so then next month, very, very important. Next month, March, is a 14 month, a 14 blessing month. It is a 5 month. 5 is a very volatile number.
Okay.
So for you, you could be traveling, okay, and there are going to be some changes. You may add to your network, to your radio network. You may add to your staff. If if you're thinking of doing that, you can. But also, and that's for you. And there could be some more money involved, money coming your way. And for the world, I do see that there are going to be some conflagrations, like dust-ups around the world that are going to seem really scary. But I also believe they're going to be put out really quickly. Okay, so it's going to be like brush fires all over the world, but they're going to be put out, and some we're not going to know about fully.
Well, on the news today, I was reading that they were saying we might be at war by April with North Korea. I mean, do you see anything going on there at all?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I hope not, anyway.
No, I really don't, especially in April. And I will say about Kim Jong-un, and it's weird because with world leaders, with celebrities, like you don't necessarily know their exact date of birth.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But the one that I'm using for Kim Jong-un has so far been proven accurate. And first, he's not crazy. Okay. He has a daddy problem.
Oh, yeah.
So, and his daddy had a daddy problem. But his father was more, you might say, elegant in being a dictator. But Kim Jong-un, what he really wants is for his people to see him, yes, as a god, but as a stable leader, as their dear leader.
Uh-huh.
He wants to be the savior. He really wants to be the savior. He is all about being the leader, but he's not an idiot, and he does not want to go to war with the United States. He knows that his country will be turned to glass. And Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un, I mean, if they were in a relationship, it would be very interesting because they have they have some similar numbers, and but ultimately they want stability.
Uh-huh.
Ultimately, they want stability. Kim Jong-un is a little clumsier with how he goes about it. Donald Trump is, guess what, an 11. And 11 controls the dimmer switch, I like to say. They control the room, and he knows how to create an environment, a scene for people to walk into. No one, and and before he was out crazying Kim Jong-un to the point where they're like, this guy's crazy. When North Korea is like, this guy's crazy, you know that something's up, right? So some people think that Trump is, just shooting from the hip. He doesn't know what he's doing. Sometimes, I do believe that he does that, but I do also firmly believe that many of his moves are calculated, very calculated.
Yeah,
and
so do I.
Designed to get explicit response. Yeah, so he's definitely getting advice, and I would even suspect he might be getting advice from a numerologist because some of his press conferences and things that he does fallen on some very fortunate days that is, too much of a coincidence.
Well, hey, Miss M, we were I was talking to my producer yesterday. We're just talking about the news and stuff like that. And I guess my producer got carried away and, kind of said that Kim was coming out of the closet, and we made kind of a joke about it, the wrong type of joke. And I do apologize. I shouldn't have said that, maybe he's gay. I said that. This is a joke. We have never had, because every day we look at where our listenership is, how many people are listening in, never had anybody from North Korea listen to our show. Last night, guess what? We had a a thing that said that we had a listener from North Korea. And it happened to be the night we kind of did what we did. And I kind of found that strange.
That's interesting. That's awesome.
Yeah.
North Koreans are human beings.
Yeah, it's probably somebody in the government listening.
It's probably someone in the, high up in the government scoping you out.
Well, honestly, what's kind of scared me, a couple of weeks ago, I had a retired agent from the DOD, and he was telling me, you got certain keywords you say on the internet, you say on the radio or on the phone are recorded by the government. And then I'm going, oh, wow, I didn't know all that. I knew some of it. But then all of a sudden when Kevin came up to me and said, hey, we had somebody in North Korea listening to us. I don't know how sophisticated their software is on monitoring keywords off the internet, because I know if you say anything bad about him, at least in that country, you maybe disappear really fast. And then, we kind of made a little joke of him. And then all of a sudden the night we make a little joke of him, which I've never done before, boom, we look and found out somebody was listening from North Korea. So that was kind of strange.
Well, I hope that we're just spreading good vibes. I don't want to. I don't want to be a Pollyanna and say that everything's okay and let's all sing kumbaya. But I think that the era of nuclear war is over. We best not even consider starting it. Even the consideration is it's inhuman, and we are too evolved to even go in that direction. And what are we fighting for anyway? What do you want? What does North Korea want? North Korea wants money, and it wants to feed its people.
Yeah, they sure do.
And they want a stable government. They want to take care of their country, and the stuff that they've done for years with U.S. presidents is not working now. So we're just going to have to figure out another way to get stuff done, and we can do it. We can do it.
Okay.
We're all human. Ultimately, it's just it's all the weenie waving, pretty much. Again, I don't want to say everything's okay, and let's say a few mantras and we're done.
Yeah.
Certainly, there's a lot involved. But
yeah,
and the brinksmanship. I mean, there's a place for that. I mean, it's a well orchestrated dance. So, of course, I can't say what should happen now, what shouldn't happen now. But my prayer, and I would ask everybody listening to pray, especially in. It's good actually to pray for next month, because next month is so volatile, and I'm not one to make negative forecasts. I don't do that, okay? Because then you're tied into that forecast, and you have to support it, and then you're focusing on the negative, and then very often you can go into a downward spiral, and all of your forecasts, even if you're using astrology or whatever, they can go to the left. So I don't like focusing on the negative or negative forecast. There's going to be something awful happening here, and then if it doesn't happen, then people are like, well, you said, I don't even want to focus on that. But I will say, please, if everybody can pray, that we all come to an understanding, and that there is peace. And I say that actually in my video on my YouTube channel. Please watch. That, we are all responsible, always. We are always all responsible for the micro and the macro. We all have a hand in what happens all the time. But this year, especially because of the 11, because it's such a powerful vibration, it's times a billion. So our emotions are at every moment. It's not, no one's perfect, but let's try not to get caught up in drama.
Yeah.
Let's try to focus on the bigger picture and have adventure and fun that way. It's not always an adrenaline rush to go for the drama. Have an adrenaline rush going for the betterment of everyone, and having adventures in your life, and and promoting what you want